Okay, so I just want to do a quick second part. So yeah, I was blindsided by it. And a friend of mine who's an airhead said, "Well, you're divorced, so why do you care?" Because I thought it was normal 2 years. Like, I thought he was a decent guy for 2 years and then showed his real self. No, he showed his real self. Well, he hid his real self from the start and was completely unfaithful from the very start. Why pull me into your world? You got somebody that you poking in St. Louis. Go down there and leave me the freaking hell alone. Because I don't want to be in a position, and nobody should be in a position, since you can't control your loins, somebody else could catch HIV. If you get chlamydia or trichomonas or whatever those illnesses are, all of them, I can't think of all of them, gonorrhea and everything else, you're lucky. Because you can get medication for that. You get HIV, it's a little different story. A big different story. And for somebody to risk your life because they don't know how to control themselves, you are slimy and disgusting. Because you're playing with someone else's life. You're playing Russian roulette with someone else's life. This is not back in the day where you get a shot in your behind and you're better. Or you take penicillin and you're freaking better. So this goes beyond that. Oh, you just gotta get a shot in your butt and keep on moving. Get a divorce and move on. Right. If I had no soul, I wouldn't be impacted. I'd be a dead person just like every other narcissist. So since I'm not dead inside, I actually feel things, and it hurts me to know that somebody that I used to have feelings for is such a cold-blooded bastard. I got a problem with that. I don't like anybody who treats somebody like crap. I don't care who they are. Unless that person's mean to you, then of course you're going to want to get them back. Like, oh, you want to play? Let's play. But just to be mean for the sake of being mean, that and whoring around. First of all, why bother getting married? You know you can't keep your zipper up. So why are you getting married, fool? Why? Why? Just say, hey, I know you want to get married. Back then I was stupid. I wanted to be married. I'm not stupid like that no more. Unless it's the right person. Anyway, why get married? Just tell that person, I know you want to get married, but I'm a lying ass fool, and I'm not faithful. You don't want to marry me. Why don't you just be honest with somebody? Tell them the damn truth. And if she's stupid enough to stay with you, then y'all just have to be stupid together. But give the person an opportunity to decide whether they want to put up with your BS. Don't bullshit them in the beginning. I'm going to pay your bills. You want that dress? Get it. You want that microwave? Get it. I'm such a nice person. Oh, wait a second. Why are we paying that bill? My money is my damn money. Why are we paying that bill? We paid it before, like a while back. We paid it last month, dummy. Do you not understand how bills work? That retard knew how bills worked. Sorry for using that word because that could be offensive. I apologize. But he freaking knew. He knew how bills work. He's just being an asshole. That's my money. My uncle said so. So you can't think for yourself. You gonna follow behind what somebody told you? While his marriage stayed intact and all of yours keep falling flat, your marriages fall like a house of cards, dummy. And you taking advice from somebody who's staying married. Yeah, be selfish. You focus on you. Now let me go over here and take care of my wife and make sure her bills are paid. You stupid for following somebody like that. You are dumb. But that's what the dumb bastard did. And his mother gave him away. If you think for 2 seconds, your mother giving you away like you're a puppy in a shelter, if you think that doesn't have an impact on a child, you're a lot dumber than you look. A lot of people are a lot dumber than they look. Of course it has an impact. Of course. That's the first connection you have with somebody is your freaking parents, and they give you away. Go over there. Really? That doesn't impact a child? Maybe you need to take some basic psychology courses. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Wow. So his mother giving him away. which I don't blame her in retrospect because your son was a demon. Anyway, that had something to do with him psychologically hating women. I've never met a narc that wasn't a misogynist, regardless of the fact that he's so romantic in the beginning. And I'm so connected to you. Our hearts and souls and minds are connected. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. And you will find that out. I'm not sure if you find it out in the first year, second year, fifth year, sixth year, 10th year. I'm not sure when you'll find out, but believe me, you'll find out because the person gets tired of being fake. It's a lot of energy to be fake. And women are the same way. Women are narcissistic too. I'm not picking on men. But the sad part is, I've dealt with men who didn't date them, but considered it, and they're crying about what their ex-wife did to them. But then the same guy who said that, when I was married and I tried to make love to my wife, she called me a pervert. Wow. Making love to your wife is part of being married. And he stood me up. So obviously he wants to get back with his ex-wife because number one, you can't get her out of your mouth. Number two, you stood me up and I would never do that to you. So that tells me you prefer to be with a psycho woman as opposed to a normal one. A normal woman will get overlooked for a psycho any day of the week. I've learned that too. You date long enough, you find out that men don't want you if you're normal. Nope. They want you if you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I cannot stand somebody who's fake. I can't stand somebody who's a chronic pathological liar. If you're doing little baby lies, like you plan a surprise party and the person's kind of hip to it, and they're like, "What are you acting weird today? What's going on?" And you're like, "What are you talking about? I got allergies today. That's the only thing But in the meantime, you got a surprise party waiting for me at the house. Little white lies like that, ain't nothing going on. You tripping. But there's a party at the house. That's a different story. But to lie, to try to steal somebody's heart, mind, body, and soul, you're disgusting. And you have no business dating anybody. There's so many loose women out here. Don't be pulling somebody in just so that you can poison them with your toxicity. How dare you? And you're risking their life because your pecker's too busy. You got hyperactive dick syndrome. I can't stand you. Men or women, I cannot stand you. Get yourself right up here before you pull somebody into your life. And if you are mentally disturbed, narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic, bipolar, you don't need to be worried about some damn body else because you're going to mess their life up. You need to get your head straight. Get some goddamn medication. Get some goddamn therapy and stay the hell away from people until you can get yourself straight. Because people like me, good people like me, we're sick of it. And you wonder why, if a woman, especially a woman, because men are wow. If a woman was married to a very warm, loving, kind guy who's not an asshole, when he dies, she don't want to be with nobody else, especially when she gets a bird's eye view of what's out there. And almost every other person is sick in the head and users. I want to use you for everything you got. Your body, your heart, your mind, your soul. I want to use you for everything. I'm going to take a huge vacuum cleaner and suck your soul right out of your body because that's how I am. I'm a toxic person. Why the hell would she want to date? She was with a good man for 10, 20 years, 50 years, whatever. He passed away. She ain't going no damn where. She going to be on her own by herself. If she's smart, she'll quit dating. Men the same way. But men resist being married. They fight it so hard. But once they get used to it and their wife dies, some of them, not all, some of them can't wait to be married again because they realize they fought it all their life, but it wasn't really too bad. You got a maid, a babysitter, a porn star, a therapist, a cheerleader. I mean, who the hell wouldn't want all that? Come on. Please. Anyway, take your time when you're dealing with people. If you bother dating, if you don't bother dating, don't let nobody guilt you into doing it. If you don't want to damn date, don't date. There's a lot of poison out there. And I'm a hell of a lot smarter now than I was back then. Because I believed everything he showed me until he showed me differently. And I didn't want to believe that I married another dead person. I didn't want to believe that. I really didn't. A toxic dead person. They mimic other people's emotions. They don't have real emotions. They mimic everybody else. Facial expressions, body language, all of that. They mirror everything because they're empty shells walking around. Toxic, empty, drama-loving shells. So I wanted to do second part since my phone cut me off. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.